Nashville, and today we are talking about top 10 conspiracy theories. Alright, number 10. The government was involved in 9/11. This is currently the most researched conspiracy theory on the internet. Theories around the role of the U.S. government in the events of September 11, 2001, but most state that either the Bush administration had prevented knowledge to the attacks and didn't act on that.
That the World Trade Center did not actually collapse because the trains hit it, but instead it collapsed kind of like a controlled demolition. So basically, when they're trying to tear down a building, they put bombs in each layer of the building. That way it kind of falls down straight down like that. Because if it were to fall down like that or like that, it could literally crush a bunch of other buildings. So when the World Trade Centers fell, people started noticing, hey, that looks just like a demolition. The way they fell, the explosions coming out of the sides. Some witnesses said they even heard explosions before the plane even hit. So here's a video that a lot of conspiracy theorists believe is proof that it was a demolition, and you can actually see the bomb explosions on the side of the building. Check it out.
Number 9. The murder of JonBenet Ramsey. JonBenet Ramsey was an American child beauty pageant queen who was killed in her own family home in Boulder, Colorado. On the night of December 25th to the 26th of 1996, at the age of 6 years old, a ransom note was found inside of the house, and her father, John Ramsey, found JonBenet's body in the basement of their own home. After she suffered a blow to the head, she had been strangled. A garrote was found in around her neck. The autopsy report stated the official cause of death was asphyxia by strangulation.
He went to the basement first, where, of course, he finds his daughter's body.
I saw her lying on the floor with a white blanket. Her hands were tied above her head. She had tape over her mouth. Her eyes were closed.
And lo and behold, when John Ramsey finds the body, you now have John Ramsey at the crime scene.
John Ramsey picked that little girl up, took the tape off of her mouth, and dragged her upstairs in his arms. And then the coup de grace. He grabs a blanket, which is full of who knows what kind of contaminants, and throws it over the body.
And number 8. Michael Jackson was murdered. Paris Jackson, his daughter, is convinced that her father, Michael Jackson, was murdered, and she believes it is obvious to all family and true fans. Michael Jackson is the king of pop who died on June 25, 2009 from a drug overdose to propofol that Dr. Conrad Murray gave him to help him sleep. They ruled his death a manslaughter by the doctor, and he was sentenced to 4 years in jail for administering a fatal overdose of the drug.
Conrad was kind of the scapegoat, and then somebody else wanted to murder Michael Jackson, and they used Conrad to do it. So first let's talk about what she said in Rolling Stone magazine. She said he would drop hints about people being out to get him, and at some point he was like, they're gonna kill me one day. Then they asked her if she thinks he was murdered, and she said, all arrows point to that. It sounds like a total conspiracy theory, and it sounds like bullshit, but all the real fans and everybody in the family knows it. It was a setup.
Number 7. Crisis actors. So the theory goes that during terrorist attacks and or shootings, there are actors being placed specifically just for the news. Events by the government to control what gets reported to the public. Crisis actors are supposedly professional actors used by government agencies and or the mainstream media to deceive the public with portrayals of trauma and suffering. So specifically, they act as victims or witnesses in staged school shootings or post-terrorist attacks. They might use crisis actors because it would be too uncomfortable because the shooting was faked.
Number 6. The government is spraying chemicals in the air to control our health and food supply called chemtrails. Though many scientists have disproved this theory, many conspiracy theorists had believed the aircraft trails and purposely scattered throughout the city to affect the population. They say that the trails are brainwashing people for the government or try to poison some people to control the population.
Okay, number 5. The mysterious death of a UFO expert. British UFOologist Max Spires was closing in on details about UFOs earlier this year. when he was suddenly found dead on a couch in Poland. But his dark investigation into the UFOs and government cover-ups may have made him enemies who wanted him dead, who says Mother Vanessa Bates, age 63. Doctors said he died of natural causes, but his mom worries that someone wanted him gone. Because he sent her a text the week before that said, "If anything happens to me, investigate." Number 4. The Titanic is full of conspiracies, as we all know. And one of the many conspiracies is that the Titanic sinking was totally planned out. Some people believe that the Titanic was actually the Olympic. The Titanic's insurance was increased 5 days before sailing. They looked very similar. A Titanic was switched with the Olympic. No one wanted to work on the ship because there were rumors that they were switching and planned to sink.
And number 3, Tom Cruise was casting a woman to be his wife.
So the theory is that all of Tom Cruise's relationships are fake, and all the girls are in a contract. So here's how the theory started. First of all, I'm going to say this is just a theory. I do not want to get murdered by the Church of Scientology. I don't know what's actually going on in there. This is just a theory. So what a lot of people think is that Tom Cruise is gay, and he does not want to come out, and the church does not want that to come out. So they're trying to help him get rid of it, while also helping him find wives. It's really let me continue. So the way it works, supposedly, is that they will bring him different actresses to interview, and he will pick one. And then the contract lasts 5 years. And the actress will get press, she'll get money, she'll get cast in movies, she'll get fame. And then after the 5 years is over, she's free to leave. And a bonus check will be given to her if she has a child with him. Now that rumor came out years ago, right after he divorced Nicole Kidman. Well, guess what happened? Tom Cruise ended up marrying Katie Holmes, who had a kid and who got divorced from him 5 years later.
Number 2, Taylor Swift. While there is no direct or indirect proof or disproof of what she actually is, there's just been a lot of conspiracies about her. Anything from she's being part of the Illuminati, to she's a clone of a satanic leader, to even that she goes onto 4chan for whatever reason being. Some honorable mentions. This from One Direction's baby is actually faked. John Kennedy was actually shot by the CIA. Khloe Kardashian's dad might not actually be her father at all. Elvis, Michael Jackson, and Tupac faked their own death.
And number 1, Beyonce. Of course, well, Beyonce is one of the biggest singers of all time, biggest pop artists of all time. Of course, there are going to be conspiracy theories about her, like she was the leader of the Illuminati. She was never actually pregnant. She is actually older than she says she is, which she usually said that she's in her 30s. Some people believe that she's in her 40s. And her sister is actually her daughter. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next video. Cameron, you want to say anything?
Do I want to?
No?
Do I really want to? Well, no, I don't have anything to say.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you like
We're living in Castle Macbeth. That's what I have to say to that. Bye.